We're back. Welcome to Four Nobodies Talking Sports. Mike is running late, but the GOAT is with us. Bob's there. We got Brian down there, and we got joining us from all the way from Tampa Bay, Nick Orlando, here to gloat a little bit about his Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. How's you doing, Bob? How are you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Doing good. You playoff excited?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's it. How about you, Brian? Are you playoff excited? I know Minnesota's not in it.
Well, listen, Minnesota's just on a COVID break right now. They'll be back later. It's okay. With the rest of the games, I've actually been kind of surprised what's been going on. So I'd just like to see how it shakes out. I think we're gonna have some really good games actually upcoming. So
yeah, and let's give Nick his moment in the sunshine here, Nick. He doesn't live in fucking the sunshine capital of the world, but go ahead, Nick. Get it all out right now. Get it all out.
Hey, I'm not ready yet. We got to get the big one. One game is one game.
Oh.
We got another game coming up, and it's a big one.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can pull this one out. I mean, it's probably going to be Green Bay.
Yeah,
and that's going to be rough.
Hey.
Or LA, whatever. We'll see. Either one, it's not going to be easy the rest of the way. When you go in at number 5, it's no joke.
Yeah.
When I was a Giants fan, we did that, and growing up in New York, we had to do it that way, and it was rough.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be easy. So I'm not ready to start, going crazy yet. We'll keep raising the red flags and firing the cannons and get things going, and that's about it. We're getting ready for New Orleans now.
Yeah,
I learned people back, and we're going to rock it.
Yeah, I learned my lesson this year playing fantasy football not to gloat too early. So I'm going to wait after this Green Bay game, and then I'll start gloating a little bit. Bob?
You get bad juju. You guys come out of Green Bay. You can gloat, and you can.
Number one defense in the NFL.
Well, I do have some Seattle Seahawks fans as friends, so I did give it to them.
Hell yeah!
You should.
Absolutely, because I don't see you as a trash talker during the game. I see you as you wait till.
No. I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, I see you wait until it says 0.000 game over. Rams won. You suck. There you go.
You guys got a hell of a chance when we beat them 38-10. So you can do it.
It's gonna be an interesting playoff. I'm kind of excited to see the teams that are in it. It's gonna be. I'm excited for Buffalo. They needed that. I'm excited for Cleveland. They needed it for this. Yeah. And I thought for sure that first game, I thought here comes the Buffalo jinx, and here we go. They're going to lose this game at the end, and they held in there. I
thought the same about Cleveland last night for a little bit. Was like, oh, here we go. But
yeah. But they came back and scored. When Pittsburgh came back in the third quarter and made it like a 13-point game, and then Cleveland marched down and scored again. It's like, okay, Pittsburgh really is done.
Right.
Yeah.
You never felt really comfortable, though. I'm sure Cleveland fans did not feel comfortable for the entire game until like the 2-minute warning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can't take it. I mean, that offense they can score anytime, and I think with them, I think they went prevent a little too early. Don't you think so? Yeah, I think they went prevent a little too early. I think they should have continued to pressure Roethlisberger a little bit. I mean, a little bit.
Yeah. And listen, guys, those guys were 11-0, right? I mean,
yeah. At one point, they were.
That was no joke. I mean, it's like, whoa, these guys are for real.
Yeah, but they had a running game though. At that point, somewhat of a run.
Well, they beat Tennessee in that run, but it seems like Pittsburgh played to the level of their competition because they barely beat Dallas.
Yeah.
But let's face it, it's been a weird season. You never know week to week who the hell is going to be on the field.
Yeah.
For anybody that made the playoffs, it's a huge win, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because the way the season's been.
I think only one team had an issue with a player, right? I think Cleveland, correct?
Cleveland was missing 2 offensive linemen
star.
And then they had another one get hurt.
Yeah. As far as COVID, though, I think there's only one team really that had a COVID issue with a star player, and I think it was Cleveland. I can't remember the guy's name though right now off the top of my head. I want to say Lebron.
Do you mean that he opted out, or he went out mid-season?
No, he wasn't going to be released from COVID until Monday, so he could have played Sunday's game, but because of the way it fell into, he wasn't with the COVID whatever standards or whatever, they weren't going to release him until Monday. And I think it was a defensive tackle or an outside linebacker from Cleveland that was
offensive line.
His offensive lineman that couldn't play. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we had the Bills. Bills pulled it off 27-24. We had Josh Allen. He looked good. I mean, 26 for 35, 324 yards, 2 touchdowns. He even rushed for 54 yards, Bob. He ran a little. Ran a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, who else? Big numbers. Diggs with 6 receptions, 128 yards, 1 touchdown. And let me say this name right. Deshaun Knox. Is that how you say it? Knox?
Yeah, Knox.
Yeah. He had 2 receptions, 5 yards, 1 touchdown.
So I'm in a fantasy playoff pool where you draft players and then you get to keep their scores until they don't play anymore. So I did have Jared Allen. I did have Knox. I had Cole Beasley. So they got me some good points.
Yeah. And to be honest, we were talking about it earlier. Rivers looked good. He looked like he could win that game. I mean, he had great numbers. He was 27 for 46, 309, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, other than the pick at the end, did he have a pick? He had no picks, right? No, he had no picks in that game. But I felt like he was accurate. He was on the money. He was protected. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we talked about it earlier about him retiring, but I don't see why he would retire after that game.
Right.
I mean,
unless he's just tired of it. But so many times you see these pros retire and then they want to come back because they miss it. There's more to it than just playing. It's their life. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't see it happening.
Bob said he has 9 kids. Does he really have 9 kids, Bob? Or
he does have 9 kids.
Maybe, I wouldn't want to go home to that. I love my kids, but if I had 9 of them to go home to, I'll take the NFL game.
Right.
Like I was asking Bob, maybe you and Brian can answer it too. But do you feel like maybe he goes somewhere else, or you think he just packs it up and says I'm done?
I think if they don't do something with him, he'll go somewhere else. I think he'll go somewhere else.
So you think
I don't think he'll pack it up. He's been around too long and taken too much crap to just fold up now. I mean, especially I don't see it happening. He's that guy.
Well,
What's he in his late 30s?
He only signed a 1-year deal with the Colts.
Yeah, it's a 1-year deal with the Colts, so he's done for this year. But
you don't think they'll re-sign him?
I think it's totally up to him.
Yeah.
I'm sure if he said, I want to play 1 more year, the Colts would definitely sign him.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
To get the money and keep him on board. And he already knows the program. So
absolutely.
I don't see him leaving.
Plus, he's got a lot of young talent. I mean, Jonathan Taylor was a rookie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Solid.
You've got Pittman, you've got Hilton, you've got Pascal, you got Jack Doyle, Mo Alley Cook. I mean,
you've got him going out on a little higher note than just I'm done. I think he could go 1 more year there.
Jet, I just looked it up. He was drafted in 2004. He's been in the league for 16 years.
Right.
Wow.
Remember he cried in the locker room in San Diego?
All right. Here's a little trivia. Who drafted him?
It was he was drafted by he was first round pick.
John's looking.
San Diego, right?
No, don't look.
San Diego.
I don't think it was San Diego. No, that was a trade.
No.
No.
He was drafted by the New York Giants.
The Giants.
Eli Manning got drafted by the Chargers, but he didn't want to play in San Diego.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they traded his rights to the Giants, and the Giants traded Rivers to the Chargers because Eli didn't want to go to San Diego.
I thought it was Leaf that cried in the locker room.
Was it Leaf? Ryan Leaf?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was Ryan Leaf that cried. Yeah, I don't see Rivers crying in the locker room.
I think those guys on the West Coast mixed up.
They cried.
Okay, so who did Phillip Rivers replace in San Diego?
Oh, he replaced what's his name? God damn it, I know this. Woo!
Playing Tampa Bay on Sunday.
Drew Brees?
Yeah, Brees, yeah.
Really?
San Diego drafted Drew Brees. He played 1 year, and then they drafted Phillip Rivers, and they wanted to give Phillip Rivers the job, so they traded Drew Brees to the Saints.
Oh, wow.
They're kicking themselves in the ass right now, ain't they?
Right?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk real football game. Let's talk the Rams game. Let's talk the Rams game, Bob. Right, Bob? Let's talk about the best defense.
You know what? The defense looked spectacular, except for that one broken play where Metcalf got loose.
Yeah.
The defense was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Jared Goff didn't make any mistakes.
Yep.
They ran the ball well. Cam Akers ran the ball well. And that's all it took.
Yeah, he didn't look good there in the beginning. I was kind of worried. He looked like I will say the name. He looked like Everett, just kind of happy feet back there in the pocket. I was kind of getting worried. Right. But let's talk about that hit. Do you think that was a clean hit?
Where Jamal Adams hit Wolford?
Yeah. It's
at full speed. It's going that fast. It's hard to dictate where your helmet goes, but it looks like he was leading with his helmet. But a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
It's natural. I think it's more natural than we know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he put a little extra to it there at the end, though.
I think so too. But that's just the way Jamal Adams is, because he's known as that guy who's going to hit you real hard.
Yeah.
But did he have to go to the head? Probably not, because Wolford was in the process of going down anyway.
He was on the slide. That's what pissed me off. That's what I was just like, hey, but then no review, no nothing, no talks about it. So I was just like, okay, maybe it was a clean hit. And then I watched it again one more time. And I was like, how do they not? Go ahead, Bob.
I missed the first game, and I didn't get home till halfway through the second quarter of the Rams game. So I'm like, where's Wolford at? Then I hear, he's going to the hospital and stuff. I'm like, okay, damn, what did I miss?
Yeah. You missed a dirty hit. How about our man?
That's what the announcer said too.
Yeah.
One of the announcers said it was a cheap shot.
It was a cheap shot. I mean, I went ahead and when I watched the game, I watch it on Comcast and I watch it on my computer. So I also DVR it on my computer. So I was able to play it back and still keep watching the game. And I was like, that's a fight. And you can see the extra hit there at the end when he comes in. And it's just like he's pointing it right at it. And I'm just like, come on. Go ahead, Brian. I heard you click in.
Well, I kind of watched some of that game too. And like I've kind of been in not watching it. Well, no, kind of, but still, I've kind of been watching all the games all weekend, not like full games. I think I watched like a good 3/4 of all games. I didn't really hop into the Steelers game until like the first quarter, and I'm like, oh, it's 28-0. What the hell is going on here? Yeah. So that was pretty surprising. But like, with the late hit and stuff that you're talking about, I mean, I saw that too, and I think there was actually some bad calls this weekend though, not across just the one game. I think it's been all games, to be honest.
Yeah, I felt like they were letting him play. Didn't you, Bob? Mm-hmm. Didn't you feel like they were letting him play this week?
I did. I didn't see anything really bad. There could have been a couple of pass interferences, but they could have gone both ways. And I didn't see anything horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I was more concerned with the fact that Aaron Donald hurt his ribs tackling Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But the cool part is when he came back in the fourth quarter, they weren't going to let him play unless Seattle scored. So Greg Gaines, Morgan Fox, I mean, those guys stepped up huge to fill in for Donald, and you know what I mean. They didn't give in to Seattle, which was great. So Aaron Donald didn't have to play the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But
were you surprised by Akers' numbers?
No, not really.
You were? Oh, I was surprised. Yeah, 28 carries for 131 yards. I mean, how long has it been? It's been a while since we'd seen 100 up there for the Rams.
Well, no, I mean he had 2 100-yard games during the season.
Yeah, 2. That's what I'm saying. It was surprising. Yeah.
But usually the Rams went with a 3 running back attack, so it was kind of hard for one guy to get 100.
Yeah, it was.
Darrell Henderson was out, so and then Malcolm Brown wasn't really feeling the best, so basically it was Cam Akers' game the whole game.
Yeah, Malcolm had 9 carries for 30. Yeah, he had 9 carries for 30. And the only touchdown from the wide receiver was Robert Woods, right? He had 4 receptions for 48 yards.
Yeah, the passing game wasn't the best, but they didn't have to didn't have to pass to win.
They didn't. The big thing was the 5 sacks, baby. 5 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I counted 5 sacks, 10 hits on the quarterback. You had Floyd with 2, Fox with 1, Donald with 2. That right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's a good game. I see them giving Green Bay a run for their money.
But the game that really shocked me was Baltimore and Tennessee.
Yeah. Let's go to the next.
Did anyone catch the Nickelodeon broadcast of that at all?
Nickelodeon
was actually.
There was a lot of memes this weekend about Tony Romo.
Yeah, there was. And when somebody would score a touchdown, they'd have like these graphic that would overlay and slime coming over and stuff.
I saw that. I was wondering what the fuck that was, man. Yep. The splatter.
Yeah, that was, and then they had SpongeBob in between the goalposts there.
No way.
That was real.
Yeah.
I did not see SpongeBob. I would have cracked up.
How did you even know about that? I mean, I saw this stuff now, but how did you know about it before?
Can I show that or not?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Who's watching something?
Yeah, it's in between the posts there. There's SpongeBob's faces right there, and I don't know if it reacts when it goes through or not, or what.
No, I hear a TV somewhere. TV or something.
So you think they'll do it again this week?
I don't know actually. I think that was their first playoff game they've ever shown, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, you got all the stats up there. Tell me how many sacks Chase Young had against Tom Brady and the Bucs.
0, baby. It was like they didn't even know he was back there. It was just let Tom walk around, throw the ball.
And he was going up against what's his name? Donovan Smith, which I've had my issues with that player, but damn, this guy was going up against him and he looked like a rock star this weekend.
Actually, I take that back. They had 3 sacks on Brady. They had 3 sacks.
They did. I think Chase touched him once.
Yeah, they had 3 sacks. Who's got a TV on?
At the end of the game.
I hear a TV on.
I've got a TV on, but the volume's muted.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm watching the football game.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about Tampa Bay. We'll let Nick have this little moment there. Nick.
Tom little
Brady.
moment.
Yeah, a little moment. 22 for 40, 381 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked like he was 30 years old back there. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it again on this show, goddammit. Bucks may win the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I'm a Rams fan, but you can't take – I'm sorry, Bob. Playoff Tom Brady is a whole different guy. He's an animal.
Yeah, but they got 2 big games. 2 big games going right now.
Got 2.
Actually, 3.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I want my Rams to win, but I mean, Tom to me, he's throwing perfect spirals. He's sitting in the pocket. He's got all day long back there. They got a running game. They got a decent defense. I mean, it's going to be hard to beat them. It's going to be really hard to beat them.
I haven't paid a whole lot of attention, right? I knew I'd see the highlights because being in Florida, you don't get to see a whole lot of New England games, especially when you're an NFC team. I don't, typically Miami or the AFC is playing on the other national network. So I understand he's good and stuff, but I was kind of thinking, all right, so he might be failing a little bit coming to Tampa. Well, the first few games I saw were like, a couple of interceptions, doesn't look like he cares, blah, blah, blah. But then all of a sudden, I really saw what everybody else has seen from Tom Brady. I was like, oh my God, this guy's pretty friggin' phenomenal. I mean, when he's got time in the pocket, he's dropping bombs right in the basket, man. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And it's
blowing me away.
Yeah, he spread the ball around too, which was crazy. I looked at the stats and it was just like, right. It seemed like everybody on that wide receiver core touched the ball yesterday on Sunday.
And the week before. I mean, you got Scotty Miller, like he's dropping bombs at this kid. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
he's blowing me away. And Antonio Brown, everybody said he was a schlep, and he was ruining our locker room, and everybody around here is bitching and complaining about him. I tell you what. He's worth his name, that's for sure. The guy's showing out.
Yeah, he had two receptions for 49 yards and a touchdown,
Antonio Brown, number one, has to be quiet in order to get a contract next year.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so but I mean, this Sunday when they play the Saints, if Antonio doesn't get enough balls thrown his way and they're losing, you'll see a different Antonio Brown on the sidelines. As long as they're winning, life is good.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you're not winning?
I expected to see him and Evans start getting the selfish talk. But I don't see that. So I thought he was a cancer in the locker room, as everybody said he was. But I'm seeing a different dynamic with this group that's Brady's leadership now.
Yeah,
they're kind of like, okay, we're doing it.
I think Bruce Arians laid the law down to him.
Yeah.
And said, look, this is what's going to happen, all right? You've got this great receiving core. You're going to get your throws. You're not going to get all the throws like you did in Pittsburgh, and if you step out of line, you're gone.
Yeah.
But he had to also have that, Bob, with the running core. I mean, look how many backs they have. These guys are unselfish, and they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, well, Forte had
it's crazy for me to see.
Yeah, he had 19 carries for 93 yards, so one touchdown. But you look down that list, you got Evans with 6 with 119 yards. You got Chris Goodwin with 5 with 79 yards. Antonio Brown, 2 catches for 49 yards. I mean, everybody. I mean, the list goes on and on. Everybody touched the ball.
Cam Brate.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
Brady had a great game yesterday. Cameron Brate was awesome. I mean, on Saturday. But hey, Nick, I have a question for you though. If Jameis Winston becomes available, you guys in Tampa want him back?
Are you kidding me? I wouldn't take that scrub back if he wanted to shine the shoes and take up the towels, man. That guy's a friggin' dirtball. It's gonna kill me if they win on Sunday. And he moves on and ultimately gets a ring. It's going to really piss me off.
Well, let's give some props to Washington. The kid did pretty good. I mean,
Heineke played good. Heineke was the bomb, man.
He did really good. He was 26.
Heineke was.
Yeah, 306. Just no running game. They had, I think, total of 86 yards with the running game. Yeah, Gibson had 14 carries, 31 yards, and the other guy had 2 carries for 5 yards.
That kid was amazing.
Tampa stuff, and that's the key to them winning is Tampa Bay stuff the run. But I mean, offense is great, but if your defense isn't playing well, then you've got the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you can keep up, and you got a good quarterback that's going to keep up and throw points up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So apparently Blair.
I'm really worried about our secondary.
Yeah.
So apparently Blair Walsh signed with the New Orleans. So he's actually going to be in the playoffs. Yeah, he's on the practice squad now. We'll sign former Blair Walsh to his practice squad.
Will Lutz kicked yesterday, and he was doing fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. Viking actually is actually in the playoff now.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Carlton Davis and Jamal Dean, though.
Yeah.
That's who I'm worried about. Our secondary is just disgusting.
Yeah. Well, let's go into Sunday's games, and let's go into the Ravens and Tennessee. Your thoughts, Bob? What happened there?
I think Baltimore had a great defensive scheme because Derrick Henry didn't gain any yards, and if Derrick Henry's not running, you got to rely on the pass. And frankly, I give Lamar Jackson a lot of credit because he played better than I thought he would.
Yeah, they had 51 yards total rushing. 51 yards, dude. That's insane, man.
I would have enjoyed that last week when I was facing Mike. So
yeah, you would. I was thinking about that too, Brian.
Why couldn't you have played like this last week? That would have been a whole lot better.
Yeah,
or the week before.
I mean, it to me it's like, I mean, the Ravens defense ranked number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
number 9.
The only part that I hated about that game was late in the fourth quarter, Marcus Peters had an interception. And I just hate that fucker. I'm sorry. Because when he played for the Rams, I mean, the Rams traded for him from the Chiefs. He was a cancer for the Chiefs, so the Rams got him.
Yeah. And
he's supposed to be this big-time corner. And every time you turn on the TV, Marcus Peters was getting beat like he stole something.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't great for the Rams, and then he goes to Baltimore, but just his cocky ass attitude and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm sorry. What's the point of you pick off a pass and then the whole defense has to stand on the Titans logo and kick on it. Yeah. And then after the game, they all run into their locker room like bitches, except for Marcus Peters is running back on the field to start a fight with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game is over. Shake hands, win with class.
Yeah.
Don't be a little bitch.
Mm-hmm. They had a fight in the Pittsburgh game, didn't they?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I was just watching the replay from the prior.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think it was.
I think they got in a little tussle. Nothing crazy though. I did see some kind of scrimmage there.
Yeah, I saw the punch, but I think that was from the prior game with Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
It was. That was from last week.
That was from the punch, yeah. Anything else you guys want to touch on that game? I really don't care about that game.
Nah. The Ravens are going to go into Buffalo and hope Buffalo kicks their ass.
Yeah, you think so? Well, let's go Bears.
The
Bears. What happened?
The Saints look good with Breeze back there and him having everybody healthy. Michael Thomas is healthy. Kamara's healthy. Everyone's healthy. So the Saints are different.
Yeah. What happened to that defense? That defense didn't do shit.
It would have been a whole different conversation if they'd have beat them, though. We'd be talking about the Rams and the Bucks.
Oh,
we would.
Yeah, we would.
We would. And the Bears had their chance, man. That dude dropped that wide open touchdown, man.
Right in the end zone. Fucking nigga.
Right, it was there.
Hey, he looked.
Yep. That part is the play before. He made an outstanding catch, a hard catch. So this one, he's wide open, right through his hands.
Yep.
But he was in the end zone, so it's different.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, he didn't look too bad. He was 19 for 29, 199 yards, touchdown, no interception. I mean, he played a pretty good game. I mean, I don't know. What do you feel? I mean, it just the Saints are just a better team. I mean, you know, you got an 8-8 team going up against the 12-4 team. Breeze was 28 for 29, 265, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He got to sit in the pocket all fucking day. I don't think did they get a sack in on him? I don't think they got a sack on him. I don't have it marked on here, so I don't see him getting the sack.
Well, but, I'll tell you what, next year, if Chicago can get a big-time running back, Chicago's going to be dangerous because they got weapons in wide receivers, except for Allen Robinson now wants to be the highest-paid wide receiver, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
He's never led the league in yards or receptions. Yeah, he wants to be the highest-paid wide receiver.
I got written down, no rushing game. Oh, wait, let me see here. Yeah, I got no rushing game, 48 yards for the Bears. Not much to talk about in this game. That's what I wrote down and highlighted it in bold print.
Well, you know what? I mean, it was a pretty boring game to watch.
It was.
It wasn't really exciting.
Yeah. He had 12 carries for 31 yards. Graham had 2 receptions for 25 yards, 1 touchdown. That's it. That's all I wrote down for stats for the Bears. The Bears. And the Saints, Kamara, I can never. Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
He was, 23 carries for 99
yards. He was
yards.
decent. He wasn't great. He was decent. But the Bears have a good defense, though.
Yeah, they had Thompson with 5 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Murray with 2 receptions, 11 yards, 1 touchdown. And Harris with 7 receptions, 83 yards. That's the game. That's the game right there.
Yeah.
Let's go into the shocker. The Browns and Pittsburgh. Go, Bob.
Nobody saw it coming.
Nobody saw that coming.
Nobody. No, I mean, I turned on the game. I flipped the channel to something real quick, came back, and it's 7-0 Cleveland. I'm like, what the hell? So I DVR'd it, so I rewound it to see what happened. I'm like, holy shit. And then Ben throws a pick, and then Pittsburgh looked like Jared Goff against the Jets.
The Jets.
A Jared Goff against Miami. 4 turnovers in 1 quarter, okay?
Yeah.
Man, they just couldn't get out of their own way. And then once it got to 28-0, man, I'm like, God, Cleveland, don't blow this. Cleveland, please don't blow this.
Yeah.
I have no vested interest either way.
Yeah. I started.
And the whole game was that way.
Yeah.
You were just waiting for Cleveland to blow it.
Yeah. I did.
Absolutely.
I did. Well, Mayfield was 21 for 34 for 263, 3 touchdowns, and a quarterback rating of 115.2. That's pretty damn good, dude.
Yep, I'm going to get into that in a minute.
Yeah. Chubbs had 18 carries for 76 yards. Hunt had 8 carries for 48 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Them guys were running with like they were mad.
Yeah. Nick Chubb was just running people over.
Yeah, he was.
And I felt bad for Chubb because whenever they got close, they gave the ball to Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
But Nick Chubb is a beast. Yeah. Nick Chubb from University of Georgia. Go Dogs!
Nittany Lions. Nick,
I was born in Georgia.
Yeah, he was born in Georgia. We'll let him have that Bulldog crowd.
And I've been to the cocktail party twice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good time.
It's awesome. Oh, man. In 2007, the first time I went, I wrote because I had a friend who lived in Jacksonville, and she didn't know what the cocktail party was. She called me. I said, I'm coming out. I'm getting tickets. We're going. Because she was a hostess in the corporate suite, right? She had no idea. Just, I'm going to this cocktail party. I said, I'm there. So ticket cost me like $250, but I had a great time.
Oh,
I mean, and then Georgia beat Florida that year 42-28, and that's when Tebow was a sophomore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, then I went back in 2009, and Tebow was a senior. The Florida won that year. But the best part about that game, the night before they started doing a concert series, so my friend was the hostess in the arena too for her corporation. So she had an extra seat. I got to see AC/DC the night before the cocktail party.
Wow. That's a good time. I didn't get to that one.
Yeah. And let's hear. Ben threw for 501 yards. I saw that number. I saw 47 for 68, 501. I was like, God damn, his arms got to hurt. His arms hurt.
Now, well, I mean, that's what happens when you're down by 28 points and you don't have a running game.
Yeah, it does. So I asked Bob earlier on our pre-show, and I'll go ahead and ask both of you two down there in the bottom. Does Ben retire, or does Ben pull a Tom Brady and say, trade me, let me try this somewhere else?
I think that's a lot of talk for me. Go ahead, Brian.
I actually think there's been a lot of talk of him retiring, but I don't know. Like, I want to say he's going to retire, but I think that they might try to keep him for a little bit longer. He's been a staple.
What is his contract? Does he still have time on?
I think he's done. Based on that reaction last night.
Does he still have here? Said Pittsburgh Steelers announced they are agreed to a new. Oh shit! Never mind.
Okay, he's not retiring.
No. Yeah. As they announced they agreed to a new 3-year contract with quarterback Ben Roethlisberger on Wednesday. Roethlisberger's 2-year extension is worth $68 million and includes $37 million signing bonus and an additional $30 million in injury guarantees per source. Well, guess what? Take that and throw it away. I guess he's big. Guess Big Ben. He's got 68 million reasons to stay, right?
Damn. I had him done. I'm telling you. Based on that reaction last night, I mean, the look on his face and the tear running down his face, I was just like, he is done.
The frustration. I mean, he was frustrated. I think the first one, I mean, two of the interceptions were tip balls, right? I think so, right? 2 of them were tip balls.
One of them was.
I thought there was 2 tip balls.
Yeah. There was 2 tip balls.
Yeah, 2 of them were tip balls, which is normal, the norm for him, I guess. I've never really paid attention to it, but after listening to the announcers last night, I guess that's common for him. I guess that happens a lot for him. Maybe it's just the way he throws the ball is. I don't know. I mean, I don't see him throwing. He doesn't throw the ball any different than any other quarterback does. But maybe it's just his height and his angle. The way he throws it is just he's more susceptible to being tipped than most quarterbacks, which doesn't make any sense because he's a big guy, right?
No, he's 6'5".
He's 6'5".
Yep, he's a big guy.
Put one of those touchdowns on Marcus Pouncey, though.
Yeah.
He threw it right in the end zone.
Right over Ben's head.
To me, there's a few things when I'm watching an NFL game that I think are like exciting moments, and pick sixes to me are exciting. I mean, more exciting than most plays that happen in a game. But a pick six to me, when a guy picks him off at the 40 and runs off, it's just because it's never a straight shot. They're going through fucking guys, and I love the way they get to the end. Some guys have realized run the ball, then celebrate. Don't fucking celebrate on the 5-yard line because we've seen what's happened there a few times. But yeah, I think pick sixes to me are some of the most exciting moments in games.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that is targeting right there.
That is our recap for Sunday's games. Anything you guys want to add to those?
No.
You want to get one more Tampa Bay hoorah out there, Nick?
His mic's off.
No, we're solid. I'm just waiting for Sunday now, man.
Solid. Solid. Yeah.
Waiting for Sunday, yeah.
They're waiting.
I'm going to start watching the press releases, the news conferences, and make sure they don't get cocky. Hopefully not, and just roll in there and take care of business. I just, a lot of people here got it going because I'm on all the threads. They're all like, well, we're going to, I'm afraid we're going to lose, not New Orleans. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah. Well,
let's be real. You don't want to back in all the way. We got to beat a damn solid team and then show, flex a little bit.
Yeah. I think he's professional enough to make sure. I'm sure he is the leader in that locker room, and I think a lot of guys have respect for him. And I think I think he's probably talked to those guys and basically said, hey, this is one game. Let's show up next week and let's get to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's
did you see the guy holding the sign that said, "We want Brady"?
Yeah, we want Brady.
Yeah, I did. I did.
That all over the locker room.
Yeah. You know what? And, Chase Young going, I want Tom Brady. Yeah. That's good for football because if you're not amped up and asking for that, then why are you playing the game?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you said it and you lose. There's no shame in that. Okay.
No, not
it
at
just
all.
shows that it's competitive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we're going to.
If he didn't say it, I'd be afraid.
We are going to jump into our new segment here, and let me give Bob his little bumper.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
I
want the
truth. You can't handle the truth. Okay, everyone's going to hate this.
Bill.
I'm going Larry Bird. Only because
I knew he was going to say Larry Bird. I knew it.
Michael Jordan never beat Larry Bird. The way you're taking LeBron James to the hole is if you know where the catfish are biting and you got the bait. Base is easier.
I could play first base.
Off the bag to the side of the bag.
First base, you
handle the ball more than anybody else.
Bob, you could play first base.
Ground ball in the infield goes to first base.
Yeah.
And you want your shittiest athlete at first base? I want to play you guys. Because I'm going to run all day long and kick your ass.
What do you know?
And the show's all yours, Mr. Bob.
All righty. So today was a very busy day on all the social media outlets. Okay. My first, and I had to laugh about this. Okay. Colin Cowherd has his own TV show where he talks sports and, he's basically like, what's the asshole's name? Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. So Colin Cowherd on Friday made a statement that he doesn't like Baker Mayfield because he wears his hat backwards. He doesn't look professional. Tom Brady doesn't wear his hat backwards. Aaron Rodgers doesn't wear his hat backwards. So Colin Cowherd says, I can see Baker Mayfield right now in the fourth quarter down by 12 throwing an interception, because he's just not mature enough to turn his hat around, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I found it interesting last night when they interviewed Baker Mayfield, when he's talking on the mic, first thing he does is he turned his hat around.
That was hilarious.
Then he talks about, the team and their success and stuff. And you know what? I'm sorry. But if you're going to call out a guy on national TV and you're talking down to him, you're talking bad about him, when he comes through and wins the game that you say he's horribly going to lose, own it.
Own it.
Own it. Come on and say, look, I screwed up. He's a nice kid. He played great. Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Just own it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Because analysts these talk show guys don't play the game. That's why they can say whatever they want and not be held accountable. Stephen A. Smith, the same way. Okay. And by the way, not getting off track from Colin Cowherd, I got to give Stephen A. props because last week, Stephen A. ripped the Dallas Cowboy fans. He made fun of the Dallas Cowboy fans. He had a cowboy hat on, smoking a cigar, talking about how Dallas didn't make the playoffs. And this morning, Stephen A. was on ESPN. He was downtrodden because Pittsburgh lost.
Yeah.
And he went 2.5 minutes and he owned it like a man.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm asking Colin Cowherd to do. If you've got a national stage like that, you call a guy out because you don't like the way he wears his hat, but he wins the game and makes you look bad. Just say, hey, congratulations, you played great.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong, and move on. But apparently, Colin Cowherd can't do that.
I thought he went ahead and apologized, didn't he?
Oh, did he? I didn't see that today.
I think I saw Twitter from him or something where he manned up. I think he did end up manning up and saying, "Hey, good for him." But I'll find it. But go ahead, Bob. Yeah, I think he did.
Okay, so number 2, and I saw this morning as well, and this one kind of irritated me on just a couple different levels. So before the Saints and Bears game, Drew Brees was out doing his run-throughs and stuff, and he was wearing the shirt that said "Say her name," hashtag "Say her name."
Yeah.
Okay. The Saints passed those shirts out when all the Breonna Taylor was going around. The stuff with Breonna Taylor. That's what the shirt was about. So Drew Brees is wearing that shirt in warm-ups, and the Twitter mob is going crazy, and it's basically a lot of black people on Twitter saying he's wearing that shirt because of the dead white lady at the Capitol building, because Drew Brees supports Donald Trump.
What?
Okay, so they got so mean on Twitter about that. The Saints pulled that Twitter feed down. Instead of the Saints going, hey, we passed these shirts out in memory of Breonna Taylor. That's why he's wearing it. Instead of for this white lady who got killed at the Capitol. That's why he's wearing this. But no, all the Saints did was take the Twitter thing down, and nobody came to his defense.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I feel bad for Drew Brees, because at the start of the year, he said we should stand for the national anthem. Michael Thomas called him out, called him a racist, and he had to backtrack on all his words to save the clubhouse. Okay? Yeah. To save the locker room, he went back on his values. Okay? Yeah. Will somebody in New Orleans please defend that man? That man has done more for black people in the city of New Orleans since Hurricane, I think it was Rita, not Katrina, because Rita was the first one that ripped through there. But Drew Brees has done more for the city of New Orleans than anybody else with his charities, helping to rebuild. I mean, he's done more for the black community, and all they do is like stomp on him because of his political beliefs. Would somebody please defend Drew Brees in New Orleans, please?
Hashtag defend Brees.
But we're going to defend him Sunday.
Yeah. Well, Bob, do you think that, I don't know what his contract is. I think he signed a 2-year deal.
Oh, no, he's done. He's done. They said they all speculate he's going to retire at the end of the year. I would retire from Drew Brees because they all think he's going to the announce booth next year.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But I just want to know what Alvin Kamara, what Michael Thomas are doing for the city of the black community in the city of New Orleans. Okay.
Yeah.
Because really, there's very few black athletes that do anything for the black community. The best athlete who's done anything for the black community is Warrick Dunn, and he does his quietly.
Yeah.
Warrick Dunn builds houses for single black mothers.
Yeah.
He's built what, Nick, 135 homes?
Yeah.
Last count I think was 135 around here in Tampa Bay area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but see, Warrick Dunn doesn't go out and like say, look what I did, look what I did. Warrick Dunn just does it. Drew Brees, like I said, is doing the same thing for the community in New Orleans, and all black people are doing shitting on him.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody please defend Drew Brees.
Yeah. Win or lose affects his decision whether he retires or not. This whole situation.
Oh, no. I would have retired. I mean, Drew Brees is only playing this year because of his contract. If I'm Drew Brees, I'm gone because nobody stood up for him in that locker room when he said, I think we should stand for the national anthem. Okay. Yeah. Michael Thomas, his star wide receiver, called him out. You're a racist. All right. Everyone else, you're a racist. You're a racist. No, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
All right. He backtracked to save the locker room and got them to the point where they are now.
Yeah.
I love Drew Brees. He's a competitor and he's doing all this for the team. Yeah. But I hope he retires because they don't deserve him.
They don't deserve him.
And the community, well, and the bad part is the community that he's helping, they love Drew Brees.
Yeah.
But all these people who are, I don't know, entitled living in gated communities who think they're oppressed are calling him out.
Yeah.
You know, just let the man do his job. Okay, he's helping the city. He's doing far more than you are.
Yeah.
So why are you calling him out?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to stand for the national anthem. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It's an opinion.
And he's not a racist if he does.
Yeah.
Okay, but somebody please defend Drew Brees.
Hashtag.
Okay, so my next guy, Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
I don't know if you guys have heard about this. But he's gone missing. He hasn't played in 3 games.
Yeah.
He finally got in touch with Steve Nash. Apparently, he is protesting the protests at the Capitol because his feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
About what happened. So he just decided he wasn't going to come show to practice. He wasn't going to show up to the games. He wasn't going to tell anybody why. He's just not going to show up.
Yeah.
He's missed 3 games. He's still getting paid. Okay.
Still paid.
He makes $460,000 per game because he's offended by what happened at the Capitol.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm going to get to this in a minute. The reason he's offended is stupid as hell.
Yeah.
Okay. Which leads me into Mr. LeBron James. LeBron James came out after the whole Capitol incident and said, we live in 2 different Americas because if that would have meant black people, everyone would have got shot.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I saw that.
How many black people got shot in Minneapolis, Kenosha, Chicago? St. Louis, the only black guy who got shot was a cop defending his brother-in-law's pawn shop.
Yeah.
And nobody cared, okay? You're right, LeBron. We live in 2 different Americas, okay? We live in America where 85% of us, if we turn off our TV, go outside, we talk to our neighbors, our friends, whoever we can find, regardless of their race. We don't care. 85% of us love everybody until you give us a reason not to.
Yeah.
Okay? 15% of you sit in your houses, in your gated communities, and you want to rile up the black community, and you want to tell people that you're oppressed and what's wrong with the black community, where in 2019, according to the IRS, there were more black millionaires ever in the U.S. than there ever have been. Okay? The problem is, well, the black people don't acquire wealth. Okay? You know why? Most of the millionaires that are African American are either in the sports business or in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
And I get it because they work hard to get out of the inner cities, and the easiest way to get out is to play basketball, football, or be a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay? It's hard to grow up in the inner cities and be a doctor. Okay? Because every time you make it that way, the black community is calling you an Uncle Tom because you succeeded.
Yeah.
In life. Okay? So yeah, LeBron, we do live in 2 different Americas. 85% of us work our asses off to provide for our families, and the 15% like you get the privilege of playing a kid's sport, getting paid a king's ransom.
Yeah. Is this the first time LeBron has spoken out about anything, isn't it?
No.
Hey.
When no, he didn't speak out when the cops got shot, but he spoke out about Breonna Taylor. He spoke out about Jacob Blake. I mean, and that's another thing. Jacob Blake last week, they decided they weren't going to file charges against the police in his shooting. Okay? And LeBron went on Twitter, shaking my head. Happens every time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, LeBron. I'm sorry that they didn't arrest the cops for shooting Jacob Blake, but he should have complied. They tried to slap cuffs on him. He resisted. And besides that, does Black America or the guys, the talking heads on TV, the guys in their ivory towers in their gated communities who say they're oppressed, did anybody give a damn about the 15-year-old girl Jacob Blake raped? Hell no.
No.
Okay, no one cares about her and her family, the trauma she went through. Jacob Blake's the victim. No, he's not. He's a thug who, if he would have complied, would not have ended up paralyzed. Bottom line. Okay, that's pretty much what's bothering Bob. Bob is bothered by Twitter and athletes who live in gated communities who have no idea what the real world is like.
Yeah, that guy Colin, he called in sick with a text message. He didn't even bother to call. He texted the team, so I ain't gonna come in today. He texts. He did it by text.
They just got a hold of him.
Yeah, they said that he sent a text message saying he was not coming in today, and that was it. No explanation, no nothing. Just, hey, I'm not coming in. And I like the rant. I don't know who it was, but I saw the rant on YouTube. The guy goes, yeah, let me try that with my boss. Let me see if I could just text my boss and say, hey, I'm not coming in today. I just don't feel it.
I'd be fired.
You'd be fired. I'd be fired. We'd all be fired.
Well, the thing is, like, we can't, like, I don't think any one of us can put like a general blanket over every single problem. It doesn't work anywhere. Even like, the industry that, like, Nick, John and I are in, it's the same thing. We can't just put a general blanket over anything, because what's happening is it's getting thrown back the other way. Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to figure out, per situation, like, is this actually good or bad? And we actually have to stand by the facts of everything. Yeah. And that's what we're going to have to do. Yeah. Each situation is going to be different. Each situation is going to have its own laws. Each situation, it's going to have its ups and or downs. Yeah. I mean, I've been faced with bad things in the industry I'm in, before, and I've had to do my own research and actually fight back and say, hey, this is actually not the problem. This is something else.
Yeah. Well, hey, let me see here. Let me take this off. Nick's going to have to go here in a little bit. So we're going to let Nick get some of that Tampa Bay stuff out. Hoorah. Do your cheerleading stuff, dude. Get it.
Or unless he's got a rant.
I don't have a whole lot of cheerleading stuff. But
go ahead.
Bob hit a couple of soft spots there. What people don't realize is a lot of these law enforcement officers / officials have split seconds to make a decision if they're going home to their family or if they're not.
Right.
And I've been in that position.
That's right.
I can tell you, it is a very tough spot to be in to have to make that decision in split seconds, and then 3 months or 6 months down the road be judged by 12 or a community or a country.
Sure.
And there is nobody that's out there doing the job, I truly believe, that is out there doing it as a militant. I think that, and they don't want to be sour, and they don't want to do, they're vetted, right? Some of them do have attitudes, and some of them, you work in a group of the brotherhood, so to speak, and they take care of it. Maybe the screening needs to be better before they go in. I don't know if that is the answer. But I can tell you back, not too long ago, I was fortunate enough to work in that field for 27 years. We didn't have this stuff going on because people respected authority enough to stop and at least answer their questions and treat them with respect as a human being.
Yeah.
And until we get back on that platform where people are people and we start talking to people like they're people, whether they're wearing a uniform or not, we're going to continue to have these problems. And it shouldn't matter the color of your skin or the shirt you're wearing or the badge you have on or anything. Yeah. Some people in every walk of life, in every job, have different ideas on how their job is done. And if something needs to happen, you call their supervisor and complain. You don't run from them. You don't try to shoot at them or stab them. I mean, some of these cases I'm hearing about that normal media doesn't hear about is cops are out there taking shots every day. And that never used to happen to this level.
Yeah.
But every single day, somebody is taking a shot at a cop, whether they're black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, I don't care. Every demographic is out there doing the same thing. It's just the way they're brought up in the current situation that they're in. Times are tough. Things are going on. Everybody's involved in something in their life or not. They're staying at home. And these kind of problems are going to come up.
Yeah.
But the community controls what happens. You as an individual, control what happens in every situation. Yeah. When you're approached by someone, whether it's Bob, John, Brian, or a cop or whatever, you control the situation on your response. If you just openly say, you know, hey, what can I help you with? Just like you would any other human being, then maybe these situations wouldn't have arisen to where there's a fatality involved or an injury to you're paralyzed, you know?
Yeah.
And it's sad to see, but people just don't respect authority enough to even stop and answer questions anymore. And I think that's our biggest problem. Is you know,
well,
when I don't want to go on because this is a sports show.
Well said.
You hit it, Bob. You know.
Well said.
Well, you know, I know you got to go, but just one quick thing. They're doing a program in Sacramento and Oakland where they take the Black community leaders, the vocal ones, and they're putting them through a course through the police department, and they set up scenarios where they let them be the cop. And now, how would you react to this? This is what's coming at you, and they're showing them if you don't respond to this, you're dead because the guy just shot you. You know, and I think a lot more of that needs to be done because that's giving these guys a better understanding of what the cops see.
And
you know, because
also,
they're putting them in that situation.
There's also, you know, on the law enforcement end, we did police work differently, a lot differently back then, right?
Yeah,
sure.
To the point where I did community work in my area. I would go out and paint baseball field dugouts or get engaged with people. It's policing, right? Community service. And that's what we need to remember. I would go out and meet people. So when something happened in the neighborhood, you know, Miss Lucy's house got broken into, I'd go talk to Joey and say, hey, man, who did it? And they'd tell me.
Yeah.
And why. And then I'd go talk to them and I'd be, look, man, you know, I understand you made a mistake, you made a poor choice, but you have the choice to fix it from this point going forward. Let's go into the station, get booked, do what you have to do. I'll help you out. You know, as long as you abide by everything I'm telling you to do, everything's fine. And to this day, me and my wife will go out to dinner or something in the old area that I worked in, and you know, I always freak out when either the person serving us or cook or the maitre d' is, you know, somebody that I had interaction with, and it's, you know. I usually am welcomed pretty warmly. I mean, I get a handshake and a thank you or a hug, and they go, man, you saved my life. You know, you helped me out.
Right.
And that's the kind of policing we need to do. So it's on the other side too.
Yeah.
That, you know, some of these younger guys, they get their badge on their chest, man, and they're just like, you're going to listen to me. I'm going to do it this way. And you're going to. So it's bad on both ends. It's not just one-sided. And I want, you know, everybody to understand that
sure,
if we started treating people like people,
yeah,
everything happens, right? It comes together.
Yeah.
And these types of things, the community integration, the public service, the treating people like they're human beings, because they are. Why wouldn't you? We're not the people we're not the judge when we're out there in uniform in a patrol car.
Yep.
We have to just do our job and get it to the next level. And there's two ways we can do it. We can do it nicely, or we can do it with force.
Yeah.
Preferably not force by a weapon, but force.
Yeah.
And get these people the help that they need, and hopefully they don't do it again. And you know, there's people we've seen 3, 4, 5 times, and it's funny. We laugh about it. I busted a lady like 3 times for the same thing. You know, I was doing organized crime stuff, and this one lady would hire these teenagers to go in and just rob retail stores, and we popped her 3 times, and it'd be like I'd call her by her first name. It's like, get out of the car, let's go. You know, and we'd take her in and get all the kids and just kind of straighten them out. But
yeah,
she finally stopped. But those kind of things need to happen, and we forget about.
He froze.
Both sides are so separate now. Instead of everybody just coming together, and now it's a black and a white. And it should never be that way. We're all people.
No.
Let's just be people
We are.
and try to help each other out until they give us a reason not to help them out.
Yeah.
You know, 3, 4 times, it's just the penalties get stiffer and stiffer. And the reality is the government makes all the money, the city makes all the money, the county jails make all the money, the bail bonds, the attorneys, the this one, the that one. And a lot of it has to do with that, right? It's a game.
Yeah.
You go out, you work, you send them to jail, and everybody makes money. The cop still makes the same amount of pay. He just wants to go home, or she wants to go home to their family. That's it.
Exactly.
It's our job.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Well, I think
so. You can't take it out either way.
Yeah, it's what you said in the beginning. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize that what a cop's decision in that split second, and it's life or death to them. And I don't think people realize that here's the person, he's got to make this split decision, and and they have to look at it like, hey, this guy wants to go home to his family just as much as the other guy wants to go home to his family. But I would never want to be in that situation, and I don't think obviously, because 95% of the population doesn't want to be a police officer, and there's a reason for that, because they don't want to have to make that fucking split-second decision, and then, like you said, be judged by 12, and now you're the bad guy. And I just, and that's all I want to get into. I don't want to get into.
And you get into 12-hour shifts. You're in your 11th hour. You're ready to clock out, and then you get a domestic, and you go to arrest a guy, and his wife beats the shit out of you because you're trying to do what she called you for, and then it's like, those kind of things were consistent.
Yeah. It's just even people don't realize that just how dangerous that it is for a police officer to pull a car over. I don't think people realize that, and how that moment, you don't know who's in that car. You got a registration number, so you got an idea who owns the car, but you have no idea who's in that car or what the intentions are, and you have to treat that situation with you always being the man in authority. And that's the way I would do it.
And you gotta walk up on a car in the pitch black with a flashlight in your hand and maybe a spotlight on your vehicle.
Fuck that.
You don't know how many people are in there, tinted windows and everything. Right. You gotta walk up to the car by yourself, because now there's not a whole lot of backup.
Yeah.
When you're talking cross zone and counties.
Yeah.
You gotta walk up on a car, man. You better hope that person is willing to abide.
Yeah.
You get out of your car, they take off so many times. It's like, it's insane, man. But just put yourself in that position for a little bit.
I don't want to.
You're on a dark road. No. You pull a car over. It's an SUV, black tinted windows all the way around. And it pulls over, and you got to get out of your vehicle and stand and walk up to that vehicle, because they're not coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You've got to walk up and approach that vehicle with your taser, your firearm, and your flashlight. Maybe an asp if you're lucky, and hope that you, one, don't get run over and backed up over, or you don't get open fire, it's an ambush, or any of that. I mean, it's a scary thought.
It's insane. It's insane. Well, thanks for joining us, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, Nick, thanks for coming on.
Good luck next week.
Go Bucks.
Yeah, go Bucks.
We're going to see you guys. We're going to see you guys, right? Go Rams, go Bucks.
Yeah.
Go Rams and Bucks, yeah.
You will see us. All right, Nick, thanks for joining us. Appreciate
Next Monday night could be a very interesting conversation.
It would be. It might be.
It might be. It might be. It might. I mean, you may see two happy Bobs and Johns, or you may see two pissed off Bobs and Johns.
You might have to have a Vikings player cheer for the Bucks just this one time, huh?
Hey, how about it?
We'll kick you off the show.
Yeah, there you go.
You're outnumbered, Brian. Be careful.
I got you, man. It's okay. It's me and you against them.
They can me off anytime they want. You know,
well,
you're under contract.
Well, Mike's kind of a closet Brady fan too, so you kind of have three there. So
yeah, Mike is.
Yeah.
Mike's got a love affair with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I think Mike would switch teams if he could, and I don't mean football. I mean sexual. If he can.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike has fun with Tom, absolutely.
Is he a Ram fan, Mike?
Mike is a 49er fan, but he's such a huge Brady fan that no matter where Brady is, Brady's going to be his number one.
Yep.
Okay.
Mike's favorite team is the 49ers, and then it's the Raiders, and then whoever Brady's playing for.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically how Mike's team picking works.
Okay.
All right.
Well, the only thing left is Brady. So.
Yeah. All right, Nick. Again.
Take care, guys.
We'll see you next Monday.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you guys. Take care.
Goodbye.
Stay safe. Bye.
All right, let's do this. Oh, what happened here?
Hey, are the comments turned on?
Yeah, everything's turned on. I don't know what's going on. Nobody's watching us. Yeah, no one's watching us. I don't know what's going on. I have to go.
in order to get a contract next year.
Hold on.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's on there. I don't see what's. Oh, you know what? It's $10. I know what it is. We talked about this earlier. I think they're having an issue. StreamYard is having an issue on Facebook, so I'm hoping that's not us. So it might be the case because when I first logged on to StreamYard, they were saying they're having an issue streaming live to Facebook. So we might not be being seen right now, but they'll see the replay. So
Okay, hold on here. Let me find out.
no, the replay's up. I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, the replay's up, but that just means see if you can see it. But you're tagged in it, so you might be able to see it.
Yeah.
See if it's streaming.
I can see it.
Yeah, no, we're on.
Okay, yeah, we're on. Yeah, I saw that in the beginning. It said StreamYard was having some issues uploading to Facebook, so it might be the case. I don't know. Let's get into our picks and let's give Brian his little thingy.
Nuclear reaction with a flux capacitor. Carry the two, changing its atomic isotoner into a radioactive spider. Fuck you, science.
Fuck you, Brian. I mean, science. You got our.
You want to do the over-unders first?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see who.
We can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's see who is buying drinks.
It's pretty interesting, actually. Bob did pretty decent.
Let's see. I pushed.
You pushed.
I pushed on the Bucks. That's 8 points, and I went over. So I'm +1 there. And I took the Titans, and I lost that one.
Yep.
And I went over, and it was under. Okay, so I'm not buying drinks. I got one right.
You're right. You're not buying drinks.
Then I got the under, but I wasn't within the 7.
Yeah, so you broke even.
You broke even, yeah.
And John was wrong.
John won, but he didn't get he took the over instead of the under.
Yeah.
So John's even there.
And then the Mike was even on both.
Yeah.
So
look at that. The over was 46.
6, yeah.
85 points.
Oh my God. Well, I don't know. I'm still blown away by that fucking game. That game it did not make any damn sense. We'll see if that's the same Browns teams that shows up for next week.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's really gonna shape out, to be honest. I was worried that the Steelers were gonna lose because they were doing really good, and then they just became iffy out of nowhere.
Yeah, they did. They just like they lost their mojo. Yeah, when they lost that gimme game to the Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least they didn't lose to the Jets, so I mean that's a good thing.
Ooh, all right, Brian. Okay. Brian's pulling the Ric Flair, come up from behind and give him a low blow when the referee's not looking.
Well, I mean, I got to, man. It's there. I got to keep taking it when I can.
Absolutely.
Because as soon as the Vikings play, all I know is that I'm going to get a lot of shit. So that's just how this works here. I have one opportunity. I'm going to keep taking it until it's gone.
Yeah.
There you go. Keep fighting a good fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What was it this one? Yes. So we didn't predict. Last week I was talking to John a little bit about this too. It wouldn't be a bad idea for us to kind of pick who we think would win, and not just our over-unders, but like just kind of,
sure, absolutely.
Like some of the sports channels kind of do it. They kind of each have their own, whatever. So I think that'd be kind of fun.
All right.
So I don't know if you, Bob, what do you think? Bills or Ravens?
We're gonna do the.
I'm gonna go Bills.
Or do you want to wait till the end of the show to do this?
No, I'll go Bills. That's fine.
Are we gonna do the over and under here as well as far as the pick too? Or?
Yeah, I'll look that up after we do this.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll get that set up here.
All right.
Browns
Chiefs, Bob.
Yeah, Browns Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Bucs Saints.
It's okay. Nick's not here anymore.
Saints.
Rams Packers.
Easy pick.
This is gonna hurt my feelings, but I'm gonna go Packers.
Oh wow!
Oh,
I see.
I was just typing that to give you crap.
It's gonna be a tough fucking game.
When it's like money involved, you got to go with the mind and not the heart.
Yeah, but I think the defense
over the Chiefs. Woo! Okay, Brian.
I got a feeling that the Rams defense puts enough pressure on Rodgers to make those mistakes, and I think we just going to need one mistake from him. 2 would be nice. An interception and a fumble. I think we win that game. 2 turnovers. The Rams win that game.
Well, here's the deal with the Browns. They're actually kind of surprising, to be honest. And the Chiefs are good. Don't get me wrong, but it'd be nice to kind of watch a little upset.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny's picks.
Yeah.
I'm going Ravens.
You really think that the Ravens are going to beat the Bills?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. I feel the curse is going to come and it's going to bite the Buffalo Bills in the ass. Sorry, Karen. I love you, but I don't see it happening. Chiefs win there. Bucks win there. And Rams win there.
All right, go, John.
Yeah. I don't know. I think after what the Bills put out there last week, I don't know. I feel the jinx coming. And I don't see them winning that game. I don't.
Well, the Rams have a good defense, but I mean the Packers have Aaron Rodgers, so
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But I think, like I said, if we get 2 turnovers in that game, I think we win that game. And whether it's a 2.
What are the weather conditions going to be on Saturday?
Ooh, that's a good point too. Note with Green Bay weather.
Saturday.
Green Bay's weather on Saturday. 32. Cloudy.
Clear?
Clear.
Oh, yeah. Did the Rams have a great chance?
Yeah, 32 and 19. Woo, fucking that 19 scared. Thank God they're not playing that late. Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, it's the California 145 game. So
yeah, so it's a 135 game. So that's so 3 o'clock. So yeah, 32, clear and sunny. Well,
yeah,
cloudy and sunny. But yeah. I think the defense gets Rodgers. I think Rodgers gets pressured enough to make one mistake, and hopefully it's a mistake that's a pick 6 or in a tight situation. I think the defense is.
It's all going to come down to if Jalen Ramsey can shut down Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
and then that's what it's going to come down to.
That, and I think that they're going to need a running game. The Rams are going to need a running game.
Well, I think Makers is up for that, but the whole thing is going to be the Rams corners, on the Packer wide receivers and Devon and like I said, Jalen Ramsey's got to shut down Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bob, but I picked my team to win, baby.
My heart wants them, but my head knows. How's that?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so what games first, Brian? There's only 4 games.
Yep.
Games. So I will take the Buffalo-Baltimore game, and Buffalo is -2.5. I'll take them. The over is 49.5. And I am going to go with the under.
Ooh. I pushed the wrong button.
Uh-oh. Edit undo.
Nope. Don't need that.
Okay. Fuck you, son.
No. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. All right, Brian.
All right. So, Brian, what game you want?
Well, I'm gonna go for the
Chiefs and Rams.
The Packers Rams.
Okay, so
still staying in my division.
So Green Bay is favored by 6.5, so they're minus 6.5, and the over under is 45.5.
Dun, dun, dun.
Over, and we're gonna go with the Packers.
Okay.
All right, so that leaves me with the
Browns, KC, Bucks, Saints.
Or Tampa and Saints.
I'm going to take the Bucks game.
All right. New Orleans is favored by 3. And the over and under is 52.
Ooh, god damn. Yeah.
They're predicting that to
What's
be a
Johnny going to take?
I'm taking the Bucks for the win.
So, Brian, that's going to be plugged. Yeah, there you go.
And I'm going to say under. And if Mike was here, I guess he's still running late. Should I get DM him to say make his pick?
Sure.
Good.
Mike's going to take the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are favored by 10.5 points.
Okay.
Mike's going to take the Chiefs minus 10.5.
You got the Chiefs game.
And the over-under is 56.5, 56.5.
Hold on.
And do you think Mike's going to go? Yeah, Mike's going to go over.
65.5.
I think I'll say with the Chiefs, though.
Bob knows.
Yeah, that's what Mike's going to do.
What was the who was favored?
The Chiefs, 10.5.
10.5?
Yeah. That's not a catch.
Let me see what he writes back. All right. Yeah. He must be stuck in some serious traffic in the Bay Area.
No, he said he was working late.
Yeah. I just saw his he goes, I messaged the group. I was like, oh, okay. So I went back over. Like, all right, sorry, man. Don't get all flustered.
Right?
Well, at least it wasn't all in caps. That's when you know someone's mad, is when it's all in caps.
Right?
Yeah. So we got that all taken care of.
Yeah.
Who's gonna buy drinks? I think I'm buying drinks because I think I'm gonna be right on the money with that Rams Packers game, baby.
There you go.
I don't think you are.
And I think I'm gonna be on the money with the Bucks Saints game. Brady he's playing like a young kid. He's playing like he's playing like he's 5 years in the league. He's about 30 years old.
Well, he had to get used to his team though at the very beginning. Like that's what that was. But I mean, he did show a few games where like he did not perform. Like what was that one with
the Saints? Both Saints games.
Was it the first one, the Saints, where he really didn't do anything, and that's why I don't think that the Bucks are going to have it again.
Yeah.
All right.
Because the Saints are coming in healthy.
All right. This is I should have
transition now too.
I know this is going to upset Bob.
No.
Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl. Does he pass up Jerry Rice as the greatest player of all time in the NFL?
No.
How can you argue that point? I want you to argue that. I mean, how can you not make him the greatest player of all time?
I could easily argue it.
Go ahead. I want to hear both of your guys's.
Jerry Rice did stuff on his own. He didn't rely on others to do it for him.
Right.
If Brady didn't have his receivers, he didn't have the cheating scandal stuff, he wouldn't have been as good.
Jerry Rice without fucking Montana is just Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice without Steve is Jerry Rice.
Right, but there's a big difference between catching the ball and throwing the ball. A receiver can make a quarterback look good.
No, well, a quarterback can make a wide receiver look good. I mean, if the quarterback doesn't put it on the money, he doesn't catch that. I mean, yeah, there's some great, outstanding catches, but I don't remember any stretching out. I don't remember Jerry Rice stretching out. I don't remember Jerry Rice diving for a catch. I don't remember any of that. I remember Joe Montana putting it right on the right side of his shoulders in the basket every fucking time, dude. I see Montana making the perfect pass anytime Jerry ran a slant. That doesn't happen if Montana doesn't put the ball there. Yeah, he had to get to the spot.
And you're assuming people think Jerry Rice is the greatest ever. I'm telling you right now.
He's number one. In
5 years, if Aaron Donald keeps up what he's doing, Aaron Donald will be the greatest player that ever played.
Yeah, I don't.
Aaron Donald's got to go through double teams and triple teams.
Yeah, but
but Brady. All right, look. Here's the punch on Brady that a lot of people don't take him seriously for. Okay, 2 spy gates, 1 deflate gate. Okay, controversy. When he wins, there's controversy. Okay, like Joe Montana said, when I played, I'm 4-0 as a Super Bowl quarterback. 4-0.
Yeah.
Okay, 4-0. No spy gate, no deflate gate, no cheating whatsoever, no tuck rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So 2 years. If Seattle runs the ball on the 1 yard line with Marshawn Lynch, I believe Seattle wins. If Tampa Bay, if the Falcons run the ball with 2:32 to go or just take a knee, the Patriots don't win that game either.
Yeah.
The 2 times the Patriots played where there was no controversy, they got beat both times by the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take the 2 spy gates out, which should have been 3 with the Rams game, but they didn't have the tape. Okay. Tom Brady will always be in controversy because they got caught cheating. Period.
Yeah. Here's a question for you, John. You mentioned that Jerry Rice didn't have to stretch. He didn't, to get the ball or anything like that. But how many of Brady's receivers had to?
Not many. Brady's been known to throw it on the money. I mean, he's famous for that. He's famous for putting it right in the breadbasket. You can't even go there with me.
Well, I'm just saying that could it be possible that like Young or the quarterbacks that Jerry Rice had were actually placing the ball better to him than Brady was to his receivers?
Do I feel he placed it better?
No, that Jerry Rice's quarterbacks were placing the ball a lot better to him, so he didn't have to stretch, than Brady was to his receivers.
Oh, Brady put it on the money every time.
No, he didn't.
Well, there's a couple catches, but I'm sure there's a couple catches the same for Montana. I mean, the catch for starters, the big one, Clark stretched out for that one.
Yeah, Clark had to stretch out. Okay, well, look, here's the problem with Brady, right? In the first Super Bowl, when they beat the Rams, he won MVP for throwing for 145 yards. All right, he played like shit, but because he was the winning quarterback, we're going to give him the MVP.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. Now people can go, Brady's not the best ever. Okay. If I'm starting a team, just like if we were to draft an NFL team, and we did like our basketball team.
Yeah.
If I got first pick, ain't no way I'm picking Tom Brady.
Right.
I would go Joe Montana over Tom Brady heartbeat. Mm-hmm. I'd go Peyton Manning over Tom Brady.
Yeah. Would you say the same for 2-minute drill?
2-minute drill, I want Peyton Manning.
You take Peyton as well over.
Hell yeah, I take Peyton Manning. There was a Monday night game where the Colts were playing Tampa Bay, and the Colts were down 2 touchdowns with like 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go, and they won the game.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning was just so much better, and he didn't cheat.
Well, I'll say it this way. I mean, do you think this list changes
after this year?
I think if Eric Dickerson never left the Rams, Eric Dickerson would be the greatest running back of all time.
Running back.
Yeah. And Eric Dickerson would be the greatest player of all time.
Yeah. I don't know. I see this number changing just because of winning that Super Bowl. I really do. I think he passes Jerry Rice up, and I think if he wins, let's just say if he wins the Super Bowl, I see him being bumped up to number one in that spot on this list and many other lists. I'm nuts, right?
Well,
I know you. Hey, I hate him as much as you hate him, Bob. Don't get me wrong, but
I said, if you took the two spy gates and the deflate gate out, he's average. He's a good quarterback, but I think because he's always going to carry that cheating legacy with him from Bill Belichick, people are always going to debate that. Always.
Yeah. I would like to see a list. Do they have a list of players' picks?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you know what though? But you would have to talk to players from different eras.
Yeah,
what you have on here.
Yeah, that would be awesome to actually have current players and past players make this list on their own and just see what they come up. See what the actual players come up with.
Sure.
I mean, that would be awesome. I think they should have something like that where past players and present players, they all get a list, fill in the blank. Who's your number one? Who's your number one quarterback? Who's your number one wide receiver? That'd be an awesome list just to look at.
And that's why, when you talk about the best basketball players, it's all eras because, if you talk to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird was the best player he ever played against. Yeah. If you talk to this guy, Michael Jordan was it. But if you talk to Dominique Wilkins, he'd say Larry Bird. Half the guys would say Magic Johnson from that era. And there's a couple guys that don't even get mentioned at all who are awesome. But because they never won championships, Bernard King was probably one of the greatest small forwards ever, but he played the same time Larry Bird did.
Yeah.
And he played for the Knicks and Warriors who sucked at the time.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We're fucking running fast tonight. Yeah,
right.
Well, I didn't go as deep as I did on the What About Bob, but I think I got. Well, you know what? Mike wasn't here to argue with me, add his comment.
Well, I wanted to argue with you, but I pulled back a little bit on some of those because I especially well, you know why I did, but I didn't want to get into too much politics as far as that whole situation. And
you know what? And I'm glad you brought that up because that's a sad state of affairs still, is because we don't want politics in our sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali was the first guy who interjected politics into his sport, but that was the start of the civil rights movement and things like that. So,
yeah,
but Ali, once the civil rights movement happened, he toned down his rhetoric. LeBron's rhetoric is just getting worse.
Yeah, it is.
And what I don't understand is he's an entitled athlete who is never going to be poor ever again, who's never going to need anything. And he acts like he's poor and broke and he's oppressed, and he's not.
No,
he's entitled.
Far from it.
He's entitled. I mean, I was thinking today, after this whole presidential debacle and, Biden takes over, what next year's going to look like in during the football season and baseball season once they open back up. Because, right now, if you say you're a conservative, half the people or 3/4 of the guys playing sports are going to call you a racist, right?
Yeah.
But here's the most important part. Conservatives buy tickets to the games too.
Yep. They buy they buy products. They buy
right
jerseys. They
buy Iglesias, the comedian. They keep asking him about his politics, and he keeps telling them, I'm not going to tell you because a lot of people watch me and a lot of people do this. I'm not going to pick a side because look what happened when Amy Schumer picked sides. You haven't heard of that bitch in 4 years. Since she went on and ran about Donald Trump in one of her shows, half the crowd walked out. Okay? Amy Schumer is irrelevant. She was the top female comedian she had a good 2-year run, but then she decided to go political. You don't hear from Amy Schumer anymore.
Nope.
Because conservatives buy tickets too. They probably, except for rap shows, and that's another thing.
Except for rap shows.
They are going after the country music industry, calling them all racist, and want to ban them from the radio.
Yeah.
Because if you support the Republicans, you're automatically racist, and that's horse shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Country music is probably pretty much the music that is about America. It's not about
country music. Seriously, country music is the white perspective of America. Now, and rap music is the inner city perspective. Yeah. And I get it. That's the life they live. Look, I don't listen to rap, but I'm not going to tell them you can't play rap anymore. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Yeah. I'm just going to choose not to listen to it.
Yeah.
Well,
but go ahead, Brian.
You kind of mentioned something that so I listen to all sorts of different kinds of music, and rap is kind of like one of the genres I listen to. I quit listening to it because there was a song during a lot of the stuff that came out. It was by David Banner. It was called "Burn It Down," and the whole song is talking about burning down America, and that kind of really annoyed me. So I quit listening to rap, and so that's why when you said that, kind of made me think of that, and what else is their voices saying to other people?
Yeah.
So, sorry, didn't mean to cut
it. And you talk to, look, I don't like rap music, but I think Straight Outta Compton was a great movie.
Oh yeah.
I watched it 2 or 3 times because it's a great movie because it gives you an insight to what they started, what they did, but it also gives you huge insight into the music industry.
Yeah.
And it gave you great insight to Suge Knight. He was just a fucking thug who took over.
Yeah.
And he's in jail now for murder, which is awesome.
Hey, Brian, Mike says Browns in the under.
Oh, he's going Browns. Yeah. 10.5.
Yeah.
And he's going to go under?
Yeah, that's what he says.
I don't know, man.
Fixed.
10.5 was the under, right? Or 65.5 and the Chiefs by 10.5. And he's taking the Browns.
Yep. See, I'm not the only one who's thinking the Browns are going to win. Come on now.
There you go. Well, no, he's taking the Browns in the 10.5 points. He doesn't think the Browns are going to win. He thinks the Browns are going to keep it close.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's what bothers me, and this will be a great perspective too next year when the NBA starts letting fans come back. Okay, the NBA is 90% black. If you look at the arenas, they're 90% white.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you've done pissed off half of them. I was up in Jamestown Saturday at a friend's celebration of life. I saw some old friends, and 2 of them had season tickets to the Niners. After this year and all the Black Lives Matter and all that bullshit, that they put their PSLs up for sale. They're not going back.
They're not going back. Got some Alabama football Heisman winner.
Oh yeah, that dude's a stud tonight, man. They are kicking Ohio State's ass. Thank God.
Yeah, yeah. One guy.
I hate Ohio State.
God, he does not look like a football player. Number 6.
Yeah, no, number 6 won the Heisman.
6'1", 175 pounds, man.
He's a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver. He's already scored. I think he scored 3 touchdowns tonight.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Chad statement for Jeffy.
Hey, they fired the Eagles coach today.
Yep. Fly, Eagles, fly.
They fired Doug Peterson.
Oh, I should just for Bob. I'm gonna play it here. Hold on, let me find it.
Gonna be an eagle, baby.
An eagle, baby. Oh, where is that bumper? Failed sound effects. Finish him. What did I name that one? I forgot what I named that one. Oh, there, 2 years I named it.
Gonna be an eagle, baby!
What makes you think you have a chance out here?
Well, Wade, 2 years high school football,
Varsity. Oh, poor guy. Poor bastard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he lost his damn mind. Damn shit.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny. That's they got this little kid who it's called Baby Stephen A.
Yeah.
But there was a good debate today on ESPN about the Philadelphia Eagles. They fired the coach, and Marcus Spears and Mel Kiper got into the fact that Marcus Spears says Carson Wentz is done, and Mel Kiper Jr. defended Wentz and said it's still Wentz's team. And it was a great little 3-minute going back and forth.
Well, I think I've been trying to think about that most of the time. That's actually kind of funny. If Wentz is actually going to stay or go, or if he's going to start or not start or what. I mean, they have a good secondary quarterback. I just don't know if he's good enough to be a complete starter, though.
Right.
Wentz has been there, done that, but I mean, maybe he's just having a crappy time right now. Who knows? I mean,
well,
I would keep both, to be honest, for a while.
The Eagles' offensive line was decimated all year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
right.
But I hear that if Carson Wentz goes, he's either going to go to the Colts if Rivers retires, and the 49ers are definitely looking at Carson Wentz because they're looking to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo.
I heard Broncos too.
Oh, the Broncos got Drew Lock, man. Come on now.
Yep. Oh, that's what I heard. That's what I've been hearing.
The Broncos fire, but did the Broncos fire Elway? Because they're looking for a new general manager.
Oh,
did they fire him? Did he quit?
I don't know. Look it up, John, or look it up, Brian.
Yeah, stats guy. That's a hilarious picture. It's
it is.
I don't know if Breeze is that much edited. Is he? I don't know. I've never seen him without his helmet on too much. Is his hair all gone like that or no?
Yeah. He's going bald on top.
So that's pretty accurate. But the way they got
Brady with that beard looks like my buddy Randy.
Man, he looks like fucking Moses, man. He's like ready to part the Red Sea over there.
Yeah, I'm showing here that just says he'll transition out of the role of general manager, and I'm just reading that he's stepping down. He remained as president of the football operations 2021, hired GM, full authority to oversee personnel and football departments.
Okay, yeah, because I heard that the Broncos are looking for oh wow, what's this? From my family to you to okay.
Yeah. Fuck you, 2020.
Yeah. No, I just thoroughly wish that they would take politics or get the politics out of my sports. Let me just watch sports.
Yeah. Let me watch
Let me watch sports. That's all I want to do.
Oh, he would not accept the presidential medal of freedom for being nominated by the President Trump. Oh, we're not going to get into that. ESPN. Come on, guys. Can't show that one-handed catch. I don't see anything else in there that we want to talk about. There you go.
Yeah, I still like that one there. That guy was a jackass.
Yeah.
Dominique Foxworth.
Yeah.
Because all of his fans are patriotic. They like flags and their dogs. Fuck him.
Bad loss for the
Yeah, Claypool thinks Browns are really going to lose this upcoming week. Browns could be just a shocker team this whole entire way. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, if they play as good as they were playing, as they played against the Steelers, sky's the limit, man.
But you know what? Yeah, but the Chiefs are, I mean, a lot of their players didn't play Week 17, so they'll be well rested.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, this is exactly true. I mean, they are defending champs, right?
Yes, they are.
I'm pretty sure they want to keep that title.
What Ric Flair say? To be the man, you got to beat the man, and I'm the man.
Yeah,
that's what the Chiefs.
I never paid much attention to LeBron James's Twitter, but he talks about all sports, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He goes. I don't subscribe to his chat.
I'm not on Twitter. Okay, I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah,
but he pops up in my Smart News feed every day, commenting on everything.
Yeah.
Which is, which he should just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I didn't know he was jumping from sport to sport. I thought maybe he stuck to just basketball, but it looks like he comments on everything.
Oh, he did. Who do you? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because he made fun of Dabo Swinney and Clemson for losing to Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know.
Alex Smith. Yeah. How about Alex Smith? Has he come back?
No. Does Alex Smith come back?
Yeah.
That's between him and his wife.
Yeah. It is, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, that kid looked good.
Oh, I think he looked great.
Yeah. I mean, I can see him taking over here with that team. I mean, he might stay and be a backup. He might not see a lot of games, but 17 surgeries?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize he had that many surgeries.
Oh, did you see his leg when he got hit?
Yeah, I knew that one, but I didn't know he had
17 surgeries to repair his leg.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, any final thoughts before we cut out of here?
No, I'm good. Like I said, we missed Mike.
Good.
Mike. I just want to find out how come we have no comments.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, like I said, I know that I saw that in the beginning when I logged on this StreamYard at the beginning. So I don't know. Maybe it's just now back up and running, but when we first got started, it might not have been live. So
yeah,
I think that's what happened. And I don't know if people got because you're only going to get that announcement that we're live that first 10 minutes or 5 minutes. But if it go live, maybe people just didn't come back to see this show. And maybe that's what happened. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I remember when I logged into StreamYard, it said that they were having issues with Facebook on live streams. So who knows? Who knows what happened? All right. Hey, Brian, you got anything?
I think this week in football is going to be really interesting. I think, I mean, it could just be, blah, like, everyone predicts, but I think it's going to be different than what we think. And I think the Browns might actually do some fun this week. So we'll have to see.
Brian, when are you going to start your wrestling segment?
Yeah, when is that up? Let's talk about that before we go. Is that wrestling's always on, right? There's no
wrestling's always on every year, 24/7.
There's no.
I'm actually looking to create a little segment. The Royal Rumble is actually coming up here soon, so
yeah, it is.
So I think I might just wait until after that.
Okay.
Start up everything because tonight Triple H actually decided to come back out tonight because Drew McIntyre's got COVID, so they needed. Apparently, there's a widespread COVID outbreak between the wrestlers right now.
Yep.
So that's kind of throwing storylines in a loophole right now, which is fun. So I'll have to see what happens. But from what I understand, Triple H is going to come back and wrestle on Royal Rumble, I believe, and face Randy Orton. So I think that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, Triple H is he's a big guy.
That's my kid.
You know what though? But if you look at him now in street clothes, he doesn't work out as much as he did.
No.
His chest and arms are a lot smaller.
No, he's going to end up having the Ric Flair body.
Yeah.
I remember I seen him in person up close, and I was just like, "Holy shit!" And he's a big man. I told you guys my story with Frankie slapping him in the back. He wanted to go down there and high five. I go ahead, go down there. What the hell? Triple H was coming down, and that was JP and Frankie's favorite wrestler, and he's coming down to get onto the ring, and Frankie goes, he's high-fiving everybody, so Frankie's getting ready to give him a big high five, and Triple H turns around, and Frankie just slaps him as hard as he could right on his back, dude, and fucking Triple H, I swear to God, I thought Frankie shit his pants, man, because he just, Frankie's like,
well, last week they just had on Hulk Hogan and Tatanka and Ric Flair and all them, so just as a Legends show.
Yeah, but Hulk's not getting back in the ring.
Hogan's not. No, absolutely not.
Jesus. No, he's got 2 fake hips and he's got a bad knee.
Yeah, and his fake hips has been from doing that leg drop consistently all the time.
Yeah. There's no way that.
And the steroids he took.
All right, guys, let's end the show. We'll see everybody next Monday, next Monday at 7 p.m. It's my other show.
What time, John? What time is the show on?
This show starts at 7 p.m. 7 p.m.
What time zone is that?
I don't care the time zone. You can Google it. If you're watching in Europe or if you're watching on the East Coast, Google works great. All you have to say is, "Hey Google, what time is it?" 7 p.m. And it'll tell you. Oh wait, stop Google. Google cancel.
Is there a little running joke from when the Wednesday show was hilarious?
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later, and we are out.
Have a good night.